yourself.
Tonight, my child watched front row for the first time, and she wanted to see Naomi win that match. And I have a big problem with that. And that was, of course, Becky Lynch when asked if she was worried about being cashed in on. And honestly, she shouldn't. You know, if we're going to be honest, she shouldn't. Naomi, if you try to cash in on Becky Lynch, I'm going to actually interrupt it myself. I'm actually going to stop the ref. No, stop. Proceed with caution.
You know, like, there you go. See, there you go. Why not?
What do you mean?
I don't want to.
It's a waste of time.
No. I mean, you're right. But see, I'm not going to see. There you go. You're already throwing it away. It's a waste of time. And another universe, another realm, that could probably be a terrific idea. You know, a good way to put some drama behind the women's Intercontinental Championship to give it some more prestige. You know, but that's fine because I want her to get back on Tiffany anyway and go for the women's WWE Women's Championship, not the IC, not the United States. And there's no offense to them belts, just not right now for the trajectory that I want Naomi to go. See, I be trying to tell you, you be like, oh, wait a minute. If you go for that, you might as well just throw your whole briefcase away, Austin Theory.
Yes.
Is that who you are?
Yes.
Oh, that's entirely different, though. That is entirely different.
We literally heard Big E before the show. His exact words were, "Money in the Bank changed my life. I went from a mid-carder to a WWE champion overnight. And if you win that briefcase, I was a mid-carder and I became a mid-carder overnight." Like, come on now.
I mean, but if you were already a main eventer, or if you've already won the big belt and you win it again, I mean, I'm just saying your avenues are still open. You can go both ways. I'd be like, well, I already won the big belt. Fine, I can go there too. But I ain't never won this one either. They just brought this one up. Man, why not? That's why I said it's different. The whole Austin Theory thing is different because he shouldn't have won it in the first place. He was too young. And you already knew he wasn't going to cash in on Roman in the first place. It was a terrible situation. They almost should have not had Money in the Bank for them 2 years. If I'm being honest with you, I would have figured out something else. And then I forgot we got this and brought it back. So I don't see a problem if she decided to go that way. You can make it as personal as you want to make it. And I mean, what?
You just want to see Naomi in mediocrity, man. That's what it is. You got a ceiling.
No, that's the thing. See, and that's the problem. You're trying to force her into mediocrity, and I'm trying to put it in a situation
where it don't have to her. Be.
No, I'm not. That's how much faith I must have behind her and going on this, that I can see you making it seem like if I can see this and say, oh, shoot, you probably will be going backwards doing this. You might as well just go for the big top championships. I'm not saying she can't do that. I'm just saying don't take it off the table. That's all I was saying. Like, I'm saying it's interesting if you put them belts in a certain way. We already knew with the United States Championship at that point, who cared? He already had it previously and had just lost it. So it just, none of that made sense. Though I brought it up just as a sense of that's the worst it could be. This ain't it.
Okay.
Chief.
I agree, but if she goes for that.
But that's the thing I'm trying to say. Becky Lynch holding the championship. You making it seem like I'm talking about her cashing in on. Wait, you making it seem like I'm saying she need to cash in on Zelina Vega. Okay, they both mid-card championships, but look at the two holders. And I'm just, no offense to Zelina Vega, but she's not Becky Lynch. So if I was to say, or Zelina Vega was to say, oh, you know, should I be worried about Naomi? No, you shouldn't. No, you shouldn't. And there's no offense because there's nothing to tie you to her. So if I had a Becky Lynch to be sitting up there talking about you, like, oh, my daughter wanted you to win that match, that made me mad. Can't stand, you know, she already, you know, it's already little personal bits there already we can use. Okay.
Devin,
I'm gonna go back to my point from All In now, from AEW. I'm gonna go across the street for a little help. And I'm gonna come back. I look at these matches, like, cool. I got one match. This is a match I wanted, but I'm not gonna get it right now. So they're gonna give me this one. So now I got two. So that means I know I still got that one I really wanted on the back end. You know, I really wanted to see the Avengers beat Thanos in Infinity War, but they saved it for the end game. So they brought me back for another viewing. Meaning they're gonna bring me back for a second match. I'm just saying, open up the
No.
avenue. We making matches behind matches. You know, we got matches that meet another match, and you already know how that go. And they gonna make another match.
And that match is gonna be trash. It's gonna be a trash match.
We got another match though. You wouldn't know because the thing is, if you would have never went down the avenue to get that other match, you would have been stuck with that one match.
But the avenue's away. I feel like the avenue for the IC title for Naomi to go for an IC title I think it's a waste if she has the Money in the Bank briefcase. If she doesn't have a Money in the Bank briefcase, even before she could have came up a while ago, like weeks ago. She has full. She's already a WWE. She is a former 2-time SmackDown Women's Champion.
That's what I'm saying.
She could have been asked for an IC championship match. She doesn't need to win the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Why would you ask for one recently though? Becky Lynch just won it. That's my point I'm trying to take. Things will be changing as it goes along. I'm just saying, a week ago, if Lyra Valkyria was still the champion and Naomi won this thing, I would have been like, well, yeah, what the heck she want to, tangle with her for? There's nothing against
why does Becky Lynch? That's why I'm confused at. Why does Becky Lynch? Why is she the difference maker?
Because it's Becky Lynch, and she up there talking crap.
We see what Charlotte Flair did at Mania. Charlotte Flair didn't do much of nothing. I think Becky Lynch is just a Charlotte Flair here in this situation. I think Becky Lynch. I see zero difference between Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair at all. I don't know why people still have the love for Becky Lynch, but just despise what Charlotte Flair.
I mean, because when I wake up one day and I see Charlotte Flair walking around with the Women's United States Championship, maybe we can have that discussion. But I don't see that.
But we don't.
But I see Becky Lynch saying, you know what? I could do that. I could go ahead and win that IC championship and be a heel. And all I'm saying is, all I was trying to make was, I don't mind you opening up avenues for a match for that. I can see you going, well, why would you want to do that? I'm like, well, dang, they waste money in the banks anytime. So, to me, it's just Tiffany, and that's an easy grab right there. It's just like, okay, cool. I'm just trying to say, always keep your eye open for the other avenue. Is all I'm trying to say. You can always just say, Devin, screw you. I ain't looking over my shoulder. I'm gonna keep my head straight ahead, and that's fine by me. Just always keep your eye out for the match that's behind you, because you may never know when he may pop up.
I want to see this match when Naomi wins the WWE Championship and Becky drops the title, and then we see this go, and then we can see something from them. At least fight for a WWE main card championship. I don't want to see Naomi.
There you go. How they gonna ever? But who gonna ever care about the? I mean, you're right. But who gonna ever care about these championships, man? That's the thing. We got to get them to a point that it's gonna. I don't know. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to say they do.
Yes, I have a huge question. Roman Reigns was an Intercontinental Champion before, right? He was, right?
This is true.
Say he's IC champion. Your WWE, now this is hypothetical. Your WWE champion is Drew McIntyre. Roman Reigns has an extensive career, like just a list of achievements compared to Drew McIntyre. I think I can say that. Do you think it would still be smart as a Money in the Bank title holder, just because of the prestige, to cash in on Roman for the IC title over Drew McIntyre?
Once again, I hate to be that person, but I do have criteria here. And that is the only reason why I'm straying on this making sense. If that said person has some type of personal ties or beef with Roman at that time that they hold in the Money in the Bank contract, there's one reason right there. Number two, the difference here is they just instated these championships. The Intercontinental Championship been around longer than. They put the history of it on DVD. They don't even may use DVDs as a main format no more. That's how old that bad boy is. What I'm trying to make is I just love that they have an avenue to elevate possibly the Women's Intercontinental Championship. You don't have to go that way, but it's nice to know that you could go that way. It's nice to know that them little bits and pieces of drama was planted. That is all I'm saying. Becky Lynch could have easily just went up there and just said, well, I carry you trash, and I knew it. I hope I never see you again. But no, she was like, oh, Naomi won. Man, screw her. My daughter wanted her to win, and that made me mad. Forget her and she ain't say forget her and her daughter. But come on, it's little pieces. That's all I'm asking. What if the Tiffany thing don't work out? You never know. But that little jibber jab right there from last night could lead to a nice little they might bring payback or something back. We can get us a little Becky Lynch versus Naomi for that stuff she said. That's me. I think of big pictures, and I think of small pictures as well. We think of the little indie films.
I don't know. I like one of your three
who
pictures.
Will we be? See, he want all them big motion, big block, but he want them big motion pictures, baby. He want the big explosions in the Avengers Endgame, baby. He don't want the little small indie film, baby.